And I don't know why somebody was getting fed kibble when we have like perfectly good meals. So, oh, they're finished. Hold on, it's crapping itself. There we go. The super ultra mega mass exodus of my colony back to their bedrooms and or having food and shit. I love this. I love that like they actually are going out all the sides for once, because I don't normally see them actually exit out of all of it. They normally only take like 1 or 2 exits. But I love seeing them pour out across like the map. It's so great. And poor what's his face is in here just cleaning perpetually forever and a day. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. It reminds me of like anybody that used to play like old solitaire or something like that. Like you used to see like the cards bounce around the screen and shit, and they'd leave like a trail of where they're going. It feels like that because there's just so many coming from it. It just feels like it's still coming out like a confetti gun or something. And then eventually like this, where like they're ripping into the, oh my god, there's so many coming in to eat. How many of you, like, I can't obviously grab all of them. There's 70 odd there. Some of them are going off to bed. Some of them are going off to bed up the top. And there's roughly 90-ish, 80 to 90 people want to grab meals so they could go eat after that wedding. So I guess the dining halls are going to be like full up, which means I'm going to need to get somebody in here to clean. The Stin mate, when you're done butchering, can I get you to just clean, mate? Just try to bring this place up to a lesser point of poison for everybody would be great. At this rate, like I do sometimes just grab like multiple people to do it, but sometimes it's just easier just grab one person and be like, mate, you're going to be in here for a while, but you're already going to be in here butchering and shit, so it's really not that different. There we go. Alright, so he'll be in there for a while. He'll get that place cleaned up. Everybody's decided to come in here, which means not everybody's probably had a seat, because I don't actually know. I've only got 48 chairs in here. Interestingly enough, I don't think I went through this room to check for chairs. This is where I missed. I knew I missed somewhere. I also knew I'd find it later. So I wasn't really like worried about it or anything. I'm like, I have that many chairs around the colony, I'll fucking figure out which ones are like broken and shit later. I am thinking about taking all of the really good like chairs out of the kitchen and stuff, all the plasteel ones and stuff, and just chalking up the dining rooms and stuff with them for any of the ones that I'm getting rid of, and then just replacing the kitchen ones with all uranium and stuff. They're mostly still excellent, because this should bring the room up a lot. Like, it's not just going to bring the room up, it also should be more comfortable, or like whatever the rating is. I'll take a look in a sec at like the differences between the chairs. But yeah, it's kind of nice that they got an extra marriage ceremony. They're having like, I don't know, a nice winter of prosperity at the moment, honestly, which is kind of rare. Like, I don't get winters like this very often where it's calm and they're content, you know? Okay, so the difference between a good chair. I am looking for... Where's your beauty rating? Beauty is 16. Oh, hold on, there's more settings there. There's comfort and shit. Okay, beauty is 16, and comfort is 0.78 versus an excellent. Beauty is 24 and comfort's like 87. Okay. And I know I have a masterwork. Unfortunately, it's uranium, but do I have like any of these actually also happen to be a masterwork? That one is. Okay, so this is 40 and it's a 1. Okay, so it is going to increase their comfort overall, and then it's going to increase their beauty. Cool. All right, that is definitely worth my time to increase. The reason why, anybody that wants to know, is as much as this place is all like extremely spacious, luxurious, impressive, whatever, right? What we actually give a shit about is when there's crap on the ground, what in the vicinity is negating it? Like this chair here is a 23, that's a 39 and stuff. So even though its radius is followed by like a whole bunch of these benches and stuff, it's not that bad. If it was clean in the vicinity, it would be higher. Same with like adding the statues and stuff, like that one's at least buffing it a little bit. If I could fit, if these weren't crammed all the way up to the wall, I would have a statue here so that each side table would have the benefit of a statue's beauty, increasing it more. But I don't have that because of what we've had to do with this layout to ensure that they have food as a priority over like prettiness and like comfort and shit. So yeah. But as I was saying, I was kind of thinking of moving all the plastil ones out to replace any of the chairs that do get replaced, with the view that then it would keep like plastil chairs out here, plastil chairs in there or whatever. And then all of this would be the same kind of uranium sort of chair and stuff. Maybe. What did you guys end up making? Some of these are like half made, guys. I'm guessing that they got called off to the wedding before they decided to finish like fuck bugger all of these. So yeah. Excellent, good. Ironically, in this colony, it's just not good enough. It needs to be like, it would be funny if there was a great category. It's like great and then like excellent or something like that, then like majestic or some shit. But yeah, I really need them to like put in the extra steps and basically like bring it up to like quality and stuff. I don't want to take the good chairs out of here just yet, but yeah. Also, we're destroying these. The grand mate, you're going off to eat, which means you're not going straight to bed. I want you to destroy these and then move these out of here. I need to also put a table in there, so I want one of these here. And I want to grab that and I want to link that. So when they're made, they're all the same shit, hopefully. So it should only be body parts and it should only be fresh body parts and stuff. So the only reason why I want to make a bunch of like benches for body parts is I'm going to make a lot of them. I need to have at least, give or take, 10 spare at a time. Gaza, the fuck, man. Thank you for the Gigantify. That looks like a mega sip though. Like my sippies can't even like compare to that. Like there's also apparently possibly even boba in that. So yeah, my cup of water does not sip. What are you up to, Beza? What are you doing today? Colony's just colonying, chilling and stuff. Trying to kind of bring it up to a bit of quality since we finally got enough food to last winter, hopefully. In quotes, hopefully. There's no promises on that. I don't really know how we'll go, because at some point all my animals are probably going to start having like malnutrition and stuff, and it's really going to be up to my colonists who do like animals and stuff to bring them food. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Also, I wanted to check on the corn. Extreme break wrist, maybe 91%. How's the temperature in here? It's 21. It's okay. Also, I wanted to increase all of the heaters and stuff. Oh good, you made it mask work. Nice. Ogre, can you build? You can't. Hamster can't. Roll might be able to. Roll can't. You do cooking. There's a few names that I'm gonna see and I'm gonna be like, oh, I've called on you recently, but I gotta remember it's recently for gardening or cooking or hunting, you know? And you got my mega sipping. I love the blue in your avatar's eyes. It's so pretty in your remote. Thank you. I do love like that particular like image of her like drinking and stuff, because I really did do very pretty eyes. I have got so many drawings of my character where I've just got like the most gorgeous like shading of eyes and stuff on her. It's really pretty. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't do a great job with my PNG tuber, unfortunately, for like doing her eyes and stuff, because I hadn't drawn in like years. And then, yeah, it was the first thing I drew, and I drew with her mouse and stuff, so I couldn't do it that great. But if I could like touch up my PNG tuber, I probably would do like my nicer eyes and shit on her. My favorite emote to Gigantify for that reason. I really appreciate it as well. That's the other thing too, is when I draw my emotes and shit, I do actually like draw them with the view that they are a bigger picture and stuff, because like if it scales down, yeah, you might lose some of the quality and shit, but like the actual like the drawing itself, if you like, not in the sense of like gigantifying it and stuff, but if you can actually see it like full size or bigger and stuff, it is very pretty, you know. That one was so fucking hard to draw as well. Like, I also quite like her hand. I do feel like I did her hand like a bit disproportionate size, but I like a lot about that one. That was really fucking hard because I hadn't drawn her from that angle for like fucking ever. And yeah, trying to like figure it all out and stuff, and also doing it live in front of you guys was like, I don't know, a little stressful kind of thing. But yeah, I like that you guys like it. Especially because like that is one of the ones where like I really like her eyes too and stuff. So I like that it's something that you guys like for that, you know? I don't know, I said like a lot. I'm trying to get them to work on a couple of the tiles that are underneath the heaters so that I can grab the heaters and actually like get them built. I'm just trying to find a few people around the base. They're just kind of milling around on their own and able to do it when they wake up. Because that way I don't take anybody that's like already sleeping and tell them to like get up and go do something. They'll do it when they get up, and then I can adjust. Actually, that one has to move over. Yeah, I'll adjust all the air conditioning and stuff. If they move it over, it should automatically turn on, hopefully. I need you to turn that one on too. Because I've got like the fireplaces and stuff running, but I just don't have like the heaters running with it. You got enough, you could do this. I want you to work on the tile. Yeah, I'm starting to get floors and shit in the place at this point. You didn't move that into corner. I think I used to have fireplaces in the corners. Or I moved over for style reasons. I don't know which. I don't remember. I feel comfy when I post it. It just feels like I'm signaling that I have a nice time. Yeah. I kind of see it as like sometimes I just feel like I'm entertained kind of thing is more what it emotes than I'm having a drink or something. Mind you, sometimes I do use it as like when somebody's like actually, you know, reminded to drink water and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I have it for that and stuff, but I really do genuinely feel like it just kind of feels like you're just in there chilling and like being entertained by what's going on and just like relaxing at a PC or something like that, because it's got that like laid back like look to her, which she is supposed to be like lightly reclined back with like a hand on a mouse and just like sipping on a drink and stuff. That's the whole point of it kind of thing. But yeah, that's also why I like that one, because like she conveys so much emotion in such a little image, you know? And yeah, I do agree, like sometimes people can't like see it in like the small form and stuff, but sometimes like the really small emotes will shine through if they have like a certain like emotion or detail to them kind of thing. So I'm not really worried about like how well it can be seen kind of thing. They're very well captured in the final image. Yeah. That's the thing is like some of my stuff like Love's very cute sort of thing in that sense. Like I still kind of want to change around a couple of my emotes, like make them different and stuff, but at the same time like some of them have like a very specific energy to them. Like my shocked one has like a very what the fuck kind of thing, or like a boah kind of thing, you know, reaction to it. And I don't really want to change that because I'm like, it's got like an emotion, even if it's not necessarily the right emotion, you know? I just think it's funny. Drawing is fun. Drawing is fun because like you might set out to draw like a simple picture of like, for instance, like your character just doing a twirl, for instance, and then you'll end up having some kind of like ultra empowered fucking image or something come out of it because of how everything's like drawn and placed, and it's like, okay, that wasn't my intention, but neat, you know? Yeah, I don't know, that's what it feels like to draw for me anyway. Especially since like, as I said, like I haven't done any like professional kind of like classes or anything like that. I'll just draw whatever kind of thing, and in this case, if it comes out good, it comes out good. If it doesn't, so be it, you know. I'm glad that one was good, you know. I mean the Sippy's one specifically. I don't know what the chair underneath her needs to be gone. I'm trying to remove a few chairs in this place and replace them with like Good quality other chairs. I also don't know. Yeah, I did come through here. Marjot love. I super don't need somebody that's got like high skills to be deconstructing stuff. Like, as long as they can do it, it'll just take them a little while to do it, you know? And like, there's not much else. Some of my colonists are gonna become idle throughout winter because there's not going to be that much stuff for them to plant or grow. But these gardens should get tended to pretty well, so here's hoping. Arella, I don't know if you can do shit, but Kit, were you the one that just got married? Yeah, you got married to Millsy. Nice. Beautiful environment, recreation fully satisfied, extremely comfortable. Needs a husband, an impressive dining room. I thought Millsy was female. Hold on a second. I assume that it's got like a one default choice for this. Hang on a second. Who's your lover? Because I don't know, it's Andrew. Hold on. I was surprised by this last time because I thought that we had like, you know, just a couple and stuff, and I kept like going and trying to find them around the place, and I couldn't find fucking Millsy because originally I was looking for Andrew for some fucking reason. I couldn't find them in the list on the beds and shit. And then yeah, I ended up finding them. I'm like, oh, okay, what? Anywho, my fucking colonists. I'm pretty sure they're in like one of these ones. That's fine. Also pretty sure we've shut down like almost all the trees, which is not really a problem. I just need I need like, I don't think, you know, the ships that come overhead, the orbital trade beacons, I don't think they accept wood. But like if they're down to accept some wood, we've got like 118,000 wood they might be, you know, deeply interested in. Perhaps, I don't fucking know. Now, if I got one of these psychic emanators, that's obviously dead center to that. I don't really mind if we've got a square there. I think bulk traders accept wood. I think they do, but I was hoping specifically to get that in like a orbital trader, you know? That was what I was hoping anyway. I don't get them very often. Is that only the bulk orbitals? Yeah. I know that I've got a couple of like tribal allies that would probably take it, but I don't know. We'll see. I just have like a lot of it, and I could trade it for any old resource. Like I have a lot of stuff. Also, it looks like the food went back up just a tiny bit too, which I'm trying to keep an eye on that. Hold on a second. How's that going? We have got... Somebody keeps touching the pile, so it keeps disappearing. But we're down a little bit on the simple meals and the packaged survival meals. I know packaged survival meals have gone up by about 200. Okay, so we've gone up like 200 by that. We've only gone down 50 by that. And we've gone down like 40 on that. So it's not too bad. They're keeping up with it, considering we can't produce... Realistically, we can't produce much in the way of new food except for what we have in storage, which we don't really have anything in storage. We will be starting to deplete numbers and stuff throughout winter because it's only going to be what we can harvest from in here, because these grow rooms outside don't count. Like it's frigid outside, they're not growing. Pretty rare in general, but when your game is running more than 1 time speed, it's going to be really infrequent. I remember playing my sea ice runs, and Lifeline was where the only ways we get reasonable amounts of wood. I mean, the thing is, like, eventually I will get traders. I had called in traders pretty recently, and during winter I don't go out if it's a snow area. So when I'm closer to like a permanent summer, like down here was kind of roughly about where the equator for here is. And it was permanent summer in here, and I will travel in a permanent summer winter because it doesn't slow me down. But I do find that when I travel and it snows, I do find my caravan is slower, and I do seem to need more food to make it to the same distance. So I don't generally bother to travel in winter because it just wastes extra resources and takes a lot longer. So I'd rather just keep them in here, bunker down, and work on some stuff like in base for a little while, instead of like pushing. Also, I need to put a couple of these on the outside once these get out of here. Rabbit mate, when you're done working on that, you can't do construction need to pull apart this place. Generally speaking, like, they won't deconstruct stuff until, like, the very last fucking minute. But I need them to move this so I can have just a tiny bit more solar, because I had to pull a lot of this apart. So, yeah. Plus, the other thing, too, is because we have hundreds of thousands of resources at this point, like I said, it is going to progressively slow us down. So that's not going to help much. Like, I do need to keep, like, I think it was 18,000 or something like that food. What was it? Yeah, I need to have 18,000 food to sustain the colony through, like, winter, essentially, as, like, a base quantity, right? So that's fine. That's not a lot in the way of, like, resources and stuff compared to, like, everything else and stuff. But having, like, a huge stack of this plus, like, 20s of thousands and stuff like that, this is where I get a bit of a problem. But I also can't let it drop too fucking low, because then we run out of stuff to trade if we're in, like, a crisis or something. But because we have, like, a shit ton of these, like, deep drills wherever the fuck I moved them to, there's some down here. There are some up here. I moved them up to, like, here and stuff. Like, I have deep drills everywhere that are digging up stuff. So, like, the good thing is that it is going to keep, like, pumping resources in here, which is why, like, I'm using the opportunity while I have a fuck ton of steel to go and build steel flooring. Because that's going to allow us to move around fast, keep the place a little bit cleaner and shit, and also use up some resources. Also, probably maybe crunch up our wealth, perhaps, hopefully. And then trying to balance out, if they've built all the heaters, I should be able to maybe increase the heating. The bedroom, like 16 degrees, 21 degrees. All right, I need to not get the grow rooms when I do this. I need to grab that one. And that one. These ones I could have got to, like, grab manually, because there's no way that I can get them without accidentally getting, like, a grow room or something and then frying like a grow room. I've tried to, like, go around and, like, grab them in bulk, but I'm now at the point where I have so many that it doesn't help. I think I might have grabbed, I think so, heaters in here which aren't supposed to be on. And there's a couple of grow rooms here, so I just have to see how we go with it. I don't need you guys to grab that one, if you can. I've been trying to increase the temperature of the base because they're cold in their bedrooms and they're complaining that they're sleeping in cold rooms. And I'm like, I can do it. I just need you guys to actually make the goddamn ground tiles so that I can actually pick up the heaters and increase them. I don't super want to increase it like a full 10, but maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna buy about 5. Did that just say 80? 86, what the fuck? 26. That could be because it's a ginormous tunnel. That's fine, it's balanced out for the rest of this. I'm gonna ignore that. That could be explaining some shit. Alright, so that is supposed to be an icebox. Honestly, I could be making the seats in, like, a warmer room, but I'm just not bothering to. And, what do you call it? Our hospitals are finally warm. That green room's a little bit cold. That's on 12. Hold on a second. Why is that cold? I have a fireplace, and I don't have a heater in here. So, let's bump that up. I don't think it needs much more than that. It should be enough to bring it up. But these are probably struggling to grow. They're growing, but they're not growing great. What are you doing in here, Panther? Get out of here. Alright. So, what I do want to also do is, I don't want to get rid of all the areas that say, hey, these have Bionex on them and stuff just yet, because I know it will just stack it to whichever ones are built already. So I'd rather just wait a little bit. What? I do want more of these built. I'm happy enough to put them as, like, a cluster of 4 in here, with the view that I have a psychic emanator in the dead center. That's cool with me. This room, though, I need somebody to actually deconstruct these fucking things, ideally, so I can actually build more. And then, obviously, when summer rolls around, I'll have to put a couple in here. Probably just pop them, like, here or something, you know? Sorry, I had to cough. I could tuck them into, like, the side and shit, realistically, but I don't know. If I need more benches, I'll make more benches. And I am missing a TV somehow. Fuck knows how I'm missing a whole ass TV, but shove that in there. Am I missing it from down in here? Yes. Alright, this hospital has not been receiving the luxury. Honestly, it's only for like the most inner beds. I also don't know what happened with my voice. It's just decided to crap out. So, yeah. Been doing that lately. You guys have got 4. And we have McJolly, Turk, and Farrell. Alright, cool. And we have a shit ton of clothing, so... Like, I've still got a whole bunch of benches at the back here. Like, they can junk that up even more. It's fine. But I'm thinking about just calling in an ally with the view that, like, it doesn't take me much in the way of resources to call one to me. But then I can sell shit to them. Which is more of their problem during winter. I feel like they don't tend to bring much to us because we request them so frequently. Who can I grab to go call an ally? Who's in the area? Somebody's got a masterwork, Nina, Worm, Big Sky. Who the fuck's around? I'm looking for like a couple of people specifically. And I'm not kind of seeing them hanging out. Which is unusual, but they're probably possibly asleep. So I'm having a look at like kitchen and stuff. They could be down like working. No. Alright, where the fuck are you guys? What? Oh, they might be building shit. Yeah, okay, that actually makes sense. Hold on. If they're building stuff, they could be anywhere because I have... What the fuck? What the hell happened up here, you guys? This is why I don't have... Oh, you guys shot a door. Hey, Dodsworth, mate. Can I get you to try to start working on that? It's going to take a hot minute because you guys are going to have to bring them all inside. And then they're going to keep breaking, like... They're going to keep being in the way of the door. But the person that I probably want's up here, isn't it? I see Weeks. I see Winters. None of yous yet. Plus, I'll have to, like, release them from this. Alpaca's joint. Well, I don't think so. It's a nice thought, guys, but no. I don't need no alpacas at the moment. They can get peeled promptly. There's lasagna. Mate, get your cheeks over here. I need you to make your call, mate. Can you call them for a hot second? And then I'll call you back in like a little bit. I'll get you to come back maybe on like nightfall. I heard somebody was working on this up here, and I thought I had Dodsworth working on it. Ocelot, no. I just need, like, one person to come up here and build this shit, honestly. Obviously, they have to go and rope up all the animals so that people stop going through there. My best bet is normally, like, fix a gate at night. I know what's happened. They've gone off to hunt something, and they've shot the door. Which is really the only issue I've got with them having fences where they are. If I was to cut off the fences like here, they would have to walk up and around the corner to go hunt. Like, I could have cut it in the whole way around, but I really did just want that extra grow space for the animals to have access to food. Although theoretically, I could just cut those off and have those grow spaces available for my colonists to have food, even though it's not a lot. Like, for instance, if I was cut off a little section like this, right? It would cut off across there. It would be just a fence, right? But it would be a fence that would go across and then, you know, this area, whatever this would be, we'd get as food that the animals couldn't get to because it's outside of a pen, or it would be double penned kind of thing. And we already have like a double pen situation, so they can't go super far, but they do occasionally shoot those too. Like, I don't super love having the second pen around. I want a trade caravan. I guess bulk goods so that I can get rid of the wood if I can, and we'll call them again later. Yeah, I've got like the pen all the way outside, and I don't super love it, honestly. I don't mind it, but I don't super love it. Like, I'd love to bring the fences all in a little bit, but all of this food, like, all it would mean is the food that grows beyond these little patches would be dedicatedly ours. The only problem is, like I said, like, this top group and this bottom group almost always running out of food because a lot of their area is not edible. Like, this is not plantable, and we've taken up a couple of spots as well in it. They have less somehow. Then this group in the center, which doesn't have a lot, but we were mostly harvesting just this